Hi, everybody. Welcome, welcome. Happy Wednesday. This is Peggy Noe from prettypapercards.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I'm here today with my little Yorkshire Terrier, Ellie. And we are going to make some cards today. We're going to have a good time. Let me make sure that we're live. I'm just checking. Okay, it looks like we are. Good. This is a good thing. So Ellie got a little haircut. I don't know if you can tell that she got a little haircut and her top knot is kind of fun. Hi Pam, good to see you. Hi Polly, good to see you. Tina and Kathy, I see that you guys are watching also. I think she's a little bit tired from her little grooming, but there she is, and she has a new collar. Let me see if I can turn it around. It's a Valentine collar that has a bow, but she's not really wanting me to turn it around. Let's see, show me your little bow. Yeah, can you see that little bow? Isn't that cute? She does look cute. And we have a new Valentine dress on the way. Hi, Tina. Very cold there, huh, in Granite Falls, North Carolina. Jeanne, good to see you. She's ready for her nap. Yeah, she's like, why can I not take my nap? But she got her whole face all trimmed and her little top not trimmed. She looks like a little baby. She looks like just a little baby. She's my pal. Colleen, good to see you. How's the weather for everybody? I know you're chilly in the east. We are not that chilly. It's chilly overnight, but it's in the low 70s here during the day. It reached 71 today, but that's only for a short time, then it goes back down. Yeah, she's a good girl. She's a good girl. Yes, I think we have a new Valentine bow coming, maybe. I have a couple of Valentine things coming, yeah. So that she has a new Valentine outfit, yeah. And I know someone asked the other day, could we smell the smoke from the fire? We cannot. We have not. We've had some wind overnight, last night, and this morning we had some wind. But we have not smelled any smoke. We're 150 to 200 miles south, my husband said. So we have not, but a lot of people have relatives up there and family. We had some people at church on Sunday who had family down here, and they had evacuated and come down here to stay with their family. Sunny and 48 in Southern Oregon. Okay, yep. So we're just all praying for and the people in LA, and sending. A lot of people are gathering and sending products and goods up there, and so it's very serious. It's a very serious situation. So we're all just concerned, and we all should be. Very, very difficult. Let me put my glasses on here and see. Karen, good to see you. Good to see you. Yes. So we have stuff going on. There is just so much going on, so many new things to do and play with at Stampin' Up. So many fun things. But one thing I do want to tell you, I usually check right before I come on. And last week, the card that we made last week that I'm going to give away at the end of the day today, that was last week's prize, this one used the heart-shaped bundle, which is in the Celebration catalog. And let me just do a little, let me just put you down for a minute so I can show this to you. So this is the heart-shaped bundle. Most of you probably know about it. It's you get it as a bundle, the stamp set and 6 dies, and this die, I would say this is probably my most favorite thing in the catalog. I like a lot of things. I love the bloom impressions. I'm talking about the Celebration catalog, but I really loved the heart-shaped bundle. It comes as a bundle. It's free with a $120 US order. Tammy, good to see you. But I checked right before I came on, and this is on low inventory. So if you have not gotten this, and you have, if you have an order of $120 or more before tax and shipping, I would put it on, I would stop being on here and I would go put it in now, because I looked further down and it looks like it's the dies that could be the problem, but you can't get the stamp set separately. It comes as a bundle, as a free gift. So I would definitely go get that now if you have not gotten it. You did get it. Is that Holly? Holly, good. Yes. Hi, Margaret. Good to see you in your new home in Sydney. Okay, excellent. And Louise from New York. I'm just mentioning that this is on low inventory, this heart-shaped bundle, and it's free with Celebration with an order of $120 or more before tax and shipping. I'm going to go ahead and put Ellie down. She's sleepy. So I just want you to know that, because I want you to be sure to get it. Roz, there she is. How are you, Roz? So go in and snag this if you have a $120 order, because it is one of my absolute favorite things. So I wanted to make sure to tell you that today. Okay. And this is the card we made last Wednesday using this bundle with the sentiment is from that bundle, and so are these dies, which I love, love, love. Okay. Also during Celebration, we have the fabulous starter kit special, where always you can get the starter kit for $99 and you get $125 worth of product of your choice, and it all ships free. But during Celebration, you have two options. One is you can get a free stamp set and two free choices of Stampin' Write markers of the color families of your choice, all still for $99, and it ships free. That's option one. Option two is you can get $155 in product for $99. Hi, Kay from North Carolina, and Marcia from Wisconsin. Good to see you. Yes, the dies, we're still speaking of these heart-shaped dies, are fabulous. So the starter kit special, don't miss out on that if you would like to get the starter kit. And then, of course, the mini catalog is now open and ready, and we're selling from it, and we're going to use a set from this today. We'll talk about that in just a minute. Then I have a new, oh, now she's not sleeping. She's gone off to bark at somebody. What in the world? Okay. I have a new class to go starting today, and you're the first to see it. I haven't even gotten it into my newsletter, which will go out tonight. And it is using the cake celebrations. We have several, goodness, what is she barking at? We have several cake bundles right now. And I think they're both, if I'm not mistaken, they're both in online exclusives. And I love them both. Oh, good. My husband's checking to see what she's barking at. But I wanted to use this one. I might do a class to go with the other one also. But I really like this one. One reason is because you can build tall cakes and I love cakes. I like to eat cakes, and I like to make cakes on cards. And in January is always a time when I like to stock up on my birthday cards. It's by June or July, I need to stock up again. But January is a time when I usually do a class, both local and class to go. on birthday cards. And so I chose this stamp set because I also like the sentiments and I like the fonts. So I've designed 3 cards with this bundle. And okay, another thing I like about it, let me show you. It has frosting. This is frosting. I'll show you how it works in a minute. It also has a little banner that you can put on your, you see that little banner you can put on your cake? It has a little cake stand. I just think it's super cute. And I mean, Christmas cards and birthday cards are the ones that and sympathy cards. But we're going to stay in the celebratory mood today. And so for birthdays, check this out. I had so much fun making this card. It's a square card, and in my kits, if I make a different shaped card, I always give you envelopes, period, in my kits. And so you get the square envelopes. It does take 2 stamps, but you could also hand this to someone. I just love this cake. I love this cake. And so I stacked some of the cake, and then you have these stamps right here, which create the frosting in between. I mean, isn't that delicious looking? There are candles. Look at the candles. There are flames. And oh, I just love this. I love this set. This is why I love this set. So that's one card. Here's another card, and this is a fun fold card. And this is, I made it specifically as more of a guy card with the blues and browns, or it could be for anything. It says celebrate. Open it there, and it double opens like this. And then over here, you could put a gift card over here. So that is another card. And then here's the third one. And again, do you see this frosting? I mean, this is why I love this bundle, is because it has these dies right here that create the frosting on the cake. I just think it's too cute. And you stamp this. This was super easy to stamp right here with the leaves and flowers in this stamp set. Super cute. So with this kit, you get everything to make 2 each of those 3 designs. Yes, we make a lot of birthday cards. You'll get a half a package of the 2024-2026 in color designer series paper. You will get a full package, and I've used a bunch of mine, of the Regal foiled adhesive back dots, and I like this because they have little bits of gold in them, and you saw them on the cards. And you'll get a full package, which is 2 spools of the petal pink and white ribbon. All of that in the kit, and the kits are $45 without the bundle. If you get the bundle, let me check. It's $82.75, and I sell you the bundle, not charging tax or shipping, from Stampin' Up. You only pay, and you don't pay shipping from me. It's included. So that is $82.75. And I've decided this time what I'm going to do is, for everybody who gets the bundle from me as part of your kit, you're going to get an additional PDF for an additional card. I want to reward you for getting the bundle through me, because that helps me out a lot. And so if you do make that choice, you'll get a PDF for an additional card using this bundle. So, and then I also sell the PDFs alone for $25. So if you're interested, it starts for sale today, and email me, Peggy at prettypapercards.com, and I'll send you the registration link. And my newsletters will go out tonight with the registration link. So that's the class to go. That is the class to go for this month. And then I will be doing a Faith Creations class to go later this month. And just so you can plan, it's going to use the Faith Collection bundle. I know it's a little early because Easter isn't until April, but this is a beautiful new bundle in the online exclusives. And I just want to get started. I just want us to get these. I want to make them myself. And so I've already designed one card. I'm still working on designing a few more. So this will be the Faith Creations class for later this month. I haven't designed it all, but that is coming in case you wanted to plan. Okay, let me have a little bit of my tea. I'm drinking some herbal tea today. What are you guys drinking while you're watching? Maybe in other parts of the country you're eating your dinner, but for us it's kind of mid-afternoon. So I'll show you what I'm going to use today. This is for our project. It's from the mini catalog, and we're going to use the Bright Borders stamp set and the coordinating punch because I love it. And we're going to make a cute card with this. Now, there is a bundle over here on page 54 where you can get this stamp set with the punch. It's called the To the Point Label Punch. And you can get that, and I got that as a bundle. But then I also wanted this stamp set because I like this one too, and it coordinates with the punch. And this is on page 58. And so here's the card we're going to make today. I'm calling it a double card. I just kind of invented it. And we're going to use 3 different Celebration products that are purple. They're not pink for a change. They're purple. So this is the card. And it's like a double card because it opens up here and then it has another little card inside that opens up like that. Oh, that stamp set just came in your order today. Okay, and Tammy has it too. Okay, so this will give you some ideas. So what we're going to do, I looked at this, and then when I pulled out the card that we're giving away at the end of the day today from last week, I noticed I'm kind of on a theme of 3. So we're going to punch 3 and line them up like that. But I don't know, I'm just in a mood of 3s, I guess. And it's with the birthday theme that I need to stock up on birthday cards. This dry weather really makes me, it just gets in my lungs and makes me cough a little bit. And when I get excited, I talk too much, you know, that whole thing. So we're going to use the Bright Borders, that's the name of the stamp set. Bloom Impressions Designer Series paper. This really is, I really like this paper. We've looked at it before because I've been using it a lot. It is free with a $60 order during Celebration. That's the front, and these are the backs. Let me show you a little bit more. Those are the backs. I just think it's so pretty, and I like the colors a lot. And so we're using the pattern side and the plain side. But let's make the card base, because I like to teach you things where you can make your own card. You can use what I show you and create your own thing using the ideas. So let's make the card base, and then you can make a card with your own stamp sets and your own colors. So what we're starting with is 1/2 of an 8.5 by 11 piece of basic white cardstock, and it's cut to 4 1/4 by 11. And then we're going to score it at 5 1/2 using our paper trimmer and the scoring blade, which is the light gray one. Okay, now I'm going to leave it right in place just there. Let me get my glasses down. I'm going to move the scoring. Let me just make sure. I want to get right on that line, so I've got it just so. Now I'm going to pull up the cutting blade, and I'm going to cut in 1 inch from each edge. Okay, so I'm at 4 1/4, and I'm going to cut in from this end to 3 1/4. So I'm trying to be real careful here. Okay, there's about 3 1/4. Now I'm going to hold the card in place and lift up that plastic piece, put my cutting blade back there, and then I'm going to pull it and cut to the 1-inch mark. Right there. Okay. Now I'm going to turn my cardstock and bring it to the 1-inch mark on the right there. Put my blade up and pull it down to the place here where I cut into 1 inch. And if you're careful and go slow, you can feel it move into that spot. And then it'll just come right off like that. And then all I'm going to do is flip that over and do the same thing on the other side. Put it to the 1-inch mark, move my cutting blade up, and pull it down until I feel that little, there we go. And I felt that little, when it got to that cut place. And there it is. And then we just fold our card down, and there we have it. Okay, now what I'm going to do is, I don't know if you can tell, but you need to just go back with your bone folder and kind of flatten those. It just makes little ridges. And so I'm going to just go back and flatten with the bone folder on all the sides. Just get all those little ridges flattened. And sometimes I like to see which side I like it better. I think I might. I did cut in a little far on that side right there, I can tell. But you know what? Nobody's going to notice by the time you get it all decorated nice. Okay, so there's our card base, just like that. Okay, now we're ready. Now we're going to start and cut our designer series paper. So the first piece is going to be the piece that goes on the inside of the card, basically, and that's going to be 4 1/4, and I have just a piece of the designer series paper. So this is going to be 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Okay. And then, as I mentioned, what we're going to do is use the back side of this same pattern to cover this little panel. So let me measure it. Let me get my ruler out here. I have to reach over, sorry. I forgot to have that handy. Okay, so here's my ruler. And this piece is 2 1/4, and we know it's 5 1/2. So let's cut 2 1/4 here. And we'll cut 5 1/2 here. Okay, and then we have what we need. And we can glue our designer series paper down. So there we go, just like that. Yes, put the word prize, because you're going to get the prize today is going to be this card. So let's just go ahead and glue these down. Don't glop your glue. Just put just a thin line about 1/4 inch in. And then this gives you time to move it around. Make sure it covers nicely. Okay. Now that does not come all the way down. It's a little short, but again, I'm not going to worry about it because it's going to be so decorated and so pretty, we're just not going to worry about it. Nobody will notice. Don't tell them, and they won't even notice. Okay, and then we'll glue this one down on this piece. And you just work with it a little bit. Move it about a little bit. It's not going to be perfect. I've had to come to that realization, you know. It's not going to be perfect. Thank you, Deborah. Good to see you. Okay, so we'll set that aside to dry, and now we're going to go ahead and stamp and cut our the pieces we're going to punch. And that, we're going to use this piece right here. So I wanted to show you the pretty colors we're going to use here. We're going to use Petunia Pop, Fresh Freesia, and Shy Shamrock. They go beautifully together. Well, these two, Petunia Pop and Shy Shamrock, are in colors. And so we know the in colors always go well together. Stampin' Up! Just does that. That's all I can say. So here's the stamp we're using from Bright Borders, and it's this one with the little kind of viney edge. So we're going to stamp 3 of these down along, well, anywhere, but I'm going to do it down here like this. Let's see. I think I'm going to do it this way because I already know how the punch is going to go. Okay, there we go. And then we're going to pull in our punch, which is the to the point label punch. And what I meant was that I know how the punch goes. Can you see that little point in there? There's a little point on the top and the bottom of the punch. Well, because I stamped this before, I know that with this stamp, there's a little bit of, I'm going to call this ivy. I don't know what vine it is, but there's a little bit of ivy that sticks up there and one that sticks down here. And it fits perfectly inside those little points. Let me show you. See what, can you see that? Let me look at the camera and see if it's showing. Can you see how those stick right in there perfectly? So you know that you've got it lined up. And then you punch. Okay, and then you're going to do the same thing with the other two. And that helps you get it lined up really nicely when you get that little bit of ivy or whatever in that point. And C3. Okay, so there are our 3 pieces. Now what we need to do is we are going to stamp our cake. Now you might have wondered, where did that cake come from, Peggy? Because there is no cake on this Bright Borders stamp set. Well, I knew I wanted a cake because it's a birthday card. And so I pulled out the Hooray for Surprises stamp set, which is, I believe, in the annual catalog. And I really like this little cake and this candle, and it fits really well inside this little punched piece. So we're going to use Petunia Pop. And where's my cake? Here's the cake piece. I know where my cake stamps are. Let me tell you, I like my cakes. Okay, so we're going to put, I'm going to put it a little bit down on the piece because I want to leave room for the candle. And I'm going to stamp the candle. And here's the candle in the stamp set. And let me get my little stamp. Here's that little tiny candle. It's so cute. And I'm going to stamp that in Fresh Freesia. Right on top of that. Fresh Freesia is very light. It's a little bit harder to see. Ginger Pinata, hello. I hadn't seen you on here. Welcome, welcome. So I'm going to point my candle right up at that little piece of ivy or whatever. So there's the little candle. Pretty cute, huh? Yeah. Okay, now we're ready to line up our punched pieces here on our panel. So this is basically what I'm going to do, like this. But actually, this is how I want it to turn out. I'm going to go ahead and adhere them together off to the side. What I'm going to do is, I know I want this one to be on the top, and so I'm going to put a little bit of glue in here and a little bit of glue in there. And when I practiced before, I know I just need a little space in here, about 1/4 of an inch space on each the left and the right. I had it wider, and then I tried it and it didn't fit on this panel. It was coming off. It was too sticking out on the top and the bottom, so I had to redo it. So we'll just let that dry for about 1 second until it kind of gets in there. And then pick this up, hopefully. Okay. And we'll pull it down and adhere it and try to have the same distance on the edges, on these corners, between the same distance there as we have in here. And press down. Kind of like that. Okay, and we're just going to let that dry for a second. And what I'm going to do is put some ribbon around the top one. And this is the beautiful Fresh Freesia ribbon that's part of Celebration that you can get with a $60 order. You can get this free. I just love it. It's seam binding. So I know I'm gonna put that around there. But I want to make sure these are nice and adhered there. Okay, that looks pretty good. So you don't have to do this. If you watch me very long, you know that I like ribbon and I like bows. So I do it. You could tie this in a knot, or you could not have it at all. It's completely up to you. But I personally like it. I'm just going to tie my little bow here. I'm going to turn this to the side. I think it would be easier for me to do it. Just going to tie this little bow. I'm trying not to press too hard because I don't want to pull the glue apart. Okay. And I will go back and trim those tails later. Okay, now we're ready to adhere this on the front, and look at that. It fits just perfectly. Okay, and what we're going to use is some dimensionals to adhere it to the front, to that front panel. And what I like to do is put dimensionals over places where paper is overlapping. It adds another layer of protection that it won't come apart. And then a dimensional at the top and a dimensional at the bottom. So, because I don't like my cards to come apart. I don't know about you, but I don't like my cards to come apart. So there we go. And this can just adhere right there, just checking the left and the right to kind of be sure that we're kind of even there. Okay. So we'll just trim these off a little bit, like this. Okay, that one looks a little bit shorter. Okay, there we go. Now we need a sentiment, and the sentiment is, I'm going to use still from here, from the bright borders, and I have a piece of Fresh Freesia cardstock, and I'm going to use From Me to You. That sentiment. So let me see what that is. I've got quite a few little stamps here. From Me to You, and I'm going to use Petunia Pop ink. And we're just going to stamp that. Because I'm going to cut it with a die, I'm going to put it right in the middle here. From Me to You. Okay. And I'm going to, this is the only thing we're die cutting. So let me get my little mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. And because this bundle does not have a die with it, I found a label die that I really liked that really looked nice. And it's a nice label die from Happy Hibiscus, from the Happy Hibiscus die set, and it fits perfectly. But you know what? All you need to do is look in your different dies and find a rectangular die that kind of works. And I'm just going to bend it down a little bit. Sometimes they bend up a bit. Okay, and we'll just put this over. Let's see. And we'll just run that through. And then as soon as we do this, we'll make the inside card. Thank you, guys. You know, a nice rectangular die is always something good to have handy. A nice little rectangular die. Whoops. So look at how nice that looks. It just looks great. So where did my dimensionals go? There they are. Okay. So we'll just put a couple of those in the center because we know that some of this hangs off the left and the right. So we really don't need to make another, like a double card, but I just wanted to for fun. So we're going to make a little double card on the inside now. So the one thing we definitely know is that we need something to write on in there. We need something to write your, you know, happy birthday or whatever. So what I have cut here is a 2-inch strip, 2 inches by, I believe, 10 and a half. Did I do 10 and a half? Let's see. 2 inches wide, yeah, by 10 and a half. So we're going to cut it at, score at 5 1/4. Let's get some of these stamps off to the side. So we're just going to score it at 5 1/4. There we go. Okay. And we'll do a little stamping before we put it in. And so there are lots of cute stamps in this stamp set that you may not notice just right offhand. So what we're going to do is we're going to use So Happy For You. I don't know why. It isn't totally birthday-ish. I just thought it was cute. So we'll just put on a couple things. I just thought it was cute. So we'll just put here, yay, so happy for you. Okay, just like that. And that is in Petunia Pop. And then we're going to use Fresh Freesia. And we're going to just try out a few of the other stamps in this set. There's this one here that is kind of like a little arch, a little flower arch, which I thought was so cute. Let me make sure I have enough ink there. So we'll just put that over. Isn't that just cute? And then there is a little like flower bouquet. And so we're going to put a little flower bouquet down there. We might even put 2 flower bouquets just for fun. Isn't that cute? And then inside, I think we'll put a little flower bouquet at the top and the bottom, because this is where you're going to say whatever you're going to say and you're going to sign your name. Kind of just like that. And then as long as we've got this out, we'll go ahead and put a little flower bouquet on our envelope. Kind of like that. And I think that's it for the stamping. And now all we need to do is glue this into the center of our card. And this makes the little double card. It's just a surprise, you know, it's just a little surprise element that when someone would get a card with that little flap, that little panel, they would open it up and they probably wouldn't, excuse me, they wouldn't expect that they would have another little card that they would open up. Just like that. Now we can't forget to add some of our another Celebration product, our purple adhesive back sequins, which goes so well with this, so well. So I'm just going to put a few of these on really quick. And I like to just press them down to make sure they really stick there. two stuck together. Okay. And one maybe over here. And possibly one on the sentiment. Let's see. Let's get one over there on the sentiment. There we go. And there's our envelope. Isn't that just kind of different and fun? So they open the card like this, and inside they have another little card. Let me pull it down. And then you write inside. Isn't that just fun? It's not hard. There's nothing hard about it. You could do this with any stamp set, but I wanted to show you some of a stamp set and a punch from the mini catalog, and some fun celebration items and some pretty colors. So this is going to be the prize for next week. So if you put the word prize today, you will be entered in by random. I'll use the random number generator. I'll assign you a number, and then the generator will pick a number, and you might win this card, and I'll announce it next Wednesday. Okay, let's come back. Let's see. Okay, there we go. So fun, just fun to play with pretty things, pretty colors, pretty papers. Don't you just love card making? I do. Someone asked me this the other day, what do you call it, what you do? And I said, I think I just call it paper crafting, because you're just crafting with paper. You're just using paper. I don't know if you saw my blog today, but I have a wreath that I hang on my door here in my craft room. And I just got it at Michael's or somewhere, like a big box store years ago. And I just hang it on the door. And like every season, I make new things and stick things on the wreath with little mini clothespins. And I just redid it with lots of hearts. And I die cut a lot of little hearts, and in pretty colors, pink of course, and clip them on with the little mini clothespins so you hardly even see them, and they're all over the wreath. And it just makes me happy to see my wreath with all the little hearts. And then in a few months I'll do something different. And when the ladies come over for the local classes, they always look to see, what do I have on my wreath? And last year when we had the bumblebee, and now the bumblebees come back, I had bumblebees all over the wreath. So there's so many fun things that you can do with paper and crafting. So it's paper crafting. Okay, so the card that we're awarding today as a prize is this one that we did a week ago. And the winner is Louise Whitford. Louise, I know you watch all the time. I may have your address, but it helps me out so much if you would please email me at Peggy@prettypapercards.com and let me know your address, your current address, so that I can zap this in the mail to you, this pretty Valentine card. I'm happy to send it to you, and I appreciate you watching and joining me as we have fun together, paper crafting, making cards. So thank you guys so much, and I will be back on Friday, the Lord willing, and we will do something else fun. So you